Hi, I'm As Jovi, or just Jovi, whichever you want to call me, or whichever you know me as. Haha. uh, this is my first video. A bit of background and explanation of why this is taking so long and why this is even happening. I used to have, or I still have it, but I have an Instagram page by the name of As Joey 3055, formerly known as Tyler Lookalike As, and I would make music content there, mostly hip hop. And I'm got kind of bored of it and the community, so I decided to try and transfer onto YouTube. The video that originally was going to be planned as my first video was a very in-depth look into Kanye West and explaining his GOAT case, whether he's one of the greatest of all time or not, in my opinion. Spoiler alert, of course he is Kanye West. Duh. But it's gonna be about like his background, his evolution, his discogs, pros, cons, all this other stuff, and it just didn't really work out because it just wasn't fun making it after a certain point. I kept on dragging myself down. It was taking too long. It didn't feel like the type of content I want to make, etc. So I decided to scrap it and make this short or hopefully short, and to the point video type of music taste I have. So just gonna talk about artists I love, albums I love, and songs I love as an introduction to me, and then just explain the type of content I might do on this channel, which might change because I am very indecisive. Alright, I'm gonna try and be kind of fast and only really focus on certain people. First off, we have my favorite artist of all time, at least as of right now, in Earl Sweatshirt. I know he gets clowned on a lot, and I feel like he's not, and he's definitely not for everyone. He can be pretty boring for some people. His monotone delivery, kind of like my monotone voice, is boring for some people. But I just relate to his music a lot, and it's helped me a lot. He only became my favorite artist when I feel like when I feel like I was kind of reaching into like the very low parts of my life, and I feel like I'm kind of still there, but it's getting a bit better. Not to mention just his songwriting is some of the best I've ever heard in my entire life. I would say he's probably like top 10 songwriters of all time for hip hop at least. Because there's a lot of music I don't know. But it just it's just crazy to me how he's able to pack so much into so little, and the fact that he can say so much things in a single bar or a single verse or a single song, the fact that he's able to say so much more than most other artists can in so little is amazing. And it's just his music is very relaxing to me. I know listening to sad music when you're sad is weird, but I do find it very therapeutic, especially some rap songs, which, by the way, is my favorite album of all time, at least as of right now. I listen to it way too much. Like, there are times where I don't listen to any new music for like a whole week because of just that one album. Next, we have Tyler the Creator. He was my favorite for a long time, and Earl was behind him for a while. He kind of fell out of favor, kind of recently, but he's slowly coming back up. I still do relate to him a lot, especially his evolution. Like, I used to be a little edgy shit as a kid and in middle school, kind of like how he was in Goblin and Bastard era, and slowly just becoming more of not a little shit and just being open about themselves. And I feel like I'm kind of in the middle of that period too, because I am still pretty young. And not to mention, Ty's just an amazing artist and producer. The fact that he's able to make songs like Smuckers and then turn around and make Garden Shed and then turn around and make fucking What's Good and A Boy Is a Gun and all that is just amazing. My favorite of his is definitely Igor, and my favorite song of his is Smuckers. Smuckers is the first song I heard from him when I was in like 8th grade, so it's just stuck with me. And Igor has just helped me a lot with my sexuality, which I'm not straight. So yeah. It's gonna get this big boy out the way. Kanye, who doesn't like Kanye, who doesn't know Kanye? I do find Kanye a bit overrated. Like, I don't think he is the definitive best artist of all time or in hip hop. I don't even think he's in my top 5 right now, but he's definitely still up there for sure. Like, few people have even come close to the things Kanye has accomplished in their lifetime. And he just created some of the best, like, pieces of art ever. My personal favorite is Late Registration, which isn't a very hot take, but I definitely have an interesting ranking. Like, I have EA right behind it. I think EA is a very overhated album. And I find that album to be pretty much perfect. So next I'll get another pretty like big person out of the way in Kendrick. Again, who doesn't know Kendrick? The guy who made To Pimp a Butterfly, the only album to ever exist ever. To be honest, I don't even think T-Pab is his best. I think Damage is best. I find the concept a bit better, and I find the highs, I'd say about equal as T-Pab, but I also think it's a bit more enjoyable. Like, I find both amazingly enjoyable. I'm gonna talk about trap. Say my favorite trap artist of right now is definitely Playboi Carti, if you don't count artists in trap metal, which I'm gonna get to in a second. Carti's music just creates such an amazing vibe for me. Like, I can listen to his music over and over and over again, just never get sick of it. And I think the fact that he's able to make something that on paper should be annoying as fuck, not annoying as fuck, is amazing. And I feel like I do think some people kind of overrate him and act him like he's some kind of god. And while I do think both of his projects so far are perfect, I feel like calling any artist a god is really corny. So, but I do think he's an amazing artist, and I do think he does what he does amazingly and incredibly unique. I don't think anyone before him has sounded like him. Then of course we have the other trap artists that everyone loves. I'd say Megan Thee Stallion's a pretty good trap artist. I feel like people kind of just like throw her into the pussy rap category. Once she does, kind of is that. I think she has some of the best flows and cadences of any female trap artist right now. I put Rico Nasty in the same category too, even though I'm not sure if she's fully trap, but at the same token, I don't know who is fully trap anymore. Of course, Travis, I don't think he's fully trap, but I think he has one of the best trap albums of all time. Trap Psychedelic in Astroworld. Young Thug, of course, Trap Goat. Jeffrey, B6, so much fun, all amazing. Future, I feel like Future is mostly great, but he does have his duds. Moving on to, I'd say, one of my favorite subgenres in trap metal. It's just so much amazing raw hype. Ever since I found out about artists like Denzel Curry and X back in like middle, early high school. But I've always just loved the raw energy that trap metal artists bring to the table. Same with like City Morgue, Scarlord, Cyber. All those artists are amazing in my opinion. My personal favorite, if we're just gonna go off solo, would be Zillakami, but City Morgue as a whole was great. And I do think people underrate So Smooth as everything. Like, he does a pretty fantastic job. Moving on to groups. Yeah, groups. We have a Tribe Called Quest, who I've been slowly getting into thanks to a certain someone on Instagram. They know who they are. I fucking love Q-Tip, man. Like, his production is amazing. His lyricism is underrated as hell. I feel like not people talk about him as one of the better lyricists in the game. His flow is so fun. Everything about Q-Tip and his music, I feel like, is not talked about enough in like more mainstream and shit. And of course, we have the Roots in Wu-Tang, with Black Thought being one of the best rappers of all time, both lyrically and just in every way. Like, everything you want in like a traditional rapper, Black Thought has your back. Undone is definitely one of the best conceptual albums I've heard that isn't by like Kendrick or Lupe. So, and then of course we have Wu-Tang. I don't know all their stuff. I still need to go into a lot of their solo discography, but 36 Chambers is amazing. I need to listen to Liquid Swords because it wasn't hitting the other day, but I feel like it will now because the production on the album is amazing. And I definitely think RZA is one of the best producers of all time, especially for hip hop. And then going into more of the producer side, like just almost strictly producing, we have Madlib, of course, Jay Dilla, of course, and I think another really, really underrated producer in Flying Lotus. Flying Lotus is like glitch hop is weirdly powerful. I don't know Cosmogramma right now, but I love how ethereal it is. Like I know it's for his mom pretty much after she passed away. You can tell how much emotion and just like thought was put into it. It's just so powerful, man. Of course, Jay Dilla, Donuts, I'd say is like the second best hip hop album of all time that I know of right now, right behind some rap songs, of course. I listen to that album so much. It's just so addicting. It's so warm yet sad at the same time. I feel really nice and emotional listening to it. It's weird, but a very good weird. Of course, you have Madlib, who's produced all types of shit from Madvillainy to Freddie Gibbs albums, which I still have yet to hear. Like I haven't heard Pinata or Bandana yet, but I've heard some songs, and the production that I have heard on is amazing. I know the Unseen and I know the Conductor series, and damn, they are amazing. And also when he raps as Quasimodo, god damn. Going into other artists I feel like I haven't talked about enough that I also really like, who are also hip hop. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Common, B, Kanye's peak producing, Saba, Care For Me, amazing album, top 2 of 2018. Lupe, best lyricist of all time, not even a question. Kid Cudi, man, I used to not like Cudi at all, but with a certain friend who loves him to a disturbing degree, to put it frankly, but is also very sweet and kind of just helped me realize why Cudi is so amazing. Danny Brown, Death Grips, JPEG Mafia, I feel like are like the faces of experimental hip hop, along with, of course, Earl, but he's more the face of slum rap. I love all of them. I feel like all of them have a. I'm not sure if Danny has a perfect album. I need to listen to Atrocity Exhibition again. But Atrocity Exhibition and XXX are amazing projects. The Money Store, I listened to that yesterday. Amazing. I need to listen to the rest of the discog. Same with JPEG Mafia and Veteran. Again, amazing. I love the production of Death Grips, and MC Ride's flow and lyricism is amazing. Like, I feel like people who don't like them underrate that fact. Peggy's personality is just so fun. And Danny's voice and flow it just gets to me. Of course, for hip hop, there is a lot of artists that I don't know yet or need to get into, and I'll probably make like mini videos or like quick fire videos of artists that I've gotten into a certain time period, like a certain month or a certain couple of weeks, and just talk about what I like about them, what I don't, etc. So look forward to that. As far as other genres, I'm not that well versed into it. I grew up on artists like Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Prince, Erykah Badu, etc. So I know a decent amount from them, but I haven't finished their discogs. I like Solange. I like 100 Gex. I know some people kind of throw them into hip hop, but they're not. Stop that. Anderson .Paak. I know he is also kind of hip hop, but again, no. Of course, you have the only two singers to ever exist in Frank Ocean and The Weeknd. And in my opinion, Frank is a lot better, but I need to finish The Weeknd's discography to see for sure. I think that's it. This, like I said, should be a very short video. Sorry, this is a bit too rambly. This is my second time recording this. I had another version, but I didn't like it as much because it felt way more rambly. So sorry if I look off a lot. I think like that. It helps me a lot. But yeah, that's just some of my favorite artists. uh, some of my favorite albums by them, etc. Tell me some of your favorite artists in the comments. I like discussing music with people. That's kind of the whole reason why I'm making this channel, aside from just getting my opinion out there. Hopefully this was enjoyable. Hopefully this was kind of entertaining. Do all that YouTube shit, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Hopefully this video will come out by like tomorrow, because today's Saturday. And yeah, bye.